not wanting to hurt someone, avoiding conflict, lack of clarity about what we truly want. These are some of the reasons why it can be so hard for us to say no to somebody else. But here's the thing, when we are unable to say no, what we're really doing is saying that what we want, our yeses in our own lives, are not as important as that of somebody else's. It is really not about selfishness. It's not about being above anybody else as much as being able to say yes and no. Both of them can be right and wrong at any given time. And here's the other thing, it's not only about other people, it's about ourselves. When we want to change our habits, eat healthier, exercise more, or start a new project, those things also require us to be able to tell no to ourselves, to old patterns that are blocking our shifts. And that is one of the reasons why saying no is so important. Because when we say no, we are actually saying yes to something else. And we have so much difficulty saying no because we focus so much of the pain of the no. But what about focusing on what we're saying yes to instead? Because if I say no to a toxic relationship, I'm saying yes to self-respect and new possibilities. If I say no to a very sugary meal, I can be saying yes to a more healthier one, a healthier lifestyle. If I say no to staying on the couch watching Netflix at night, I'm saying yes to meeting my friends or to work on my own project. What if we just embrace the yes? What is it that we're saying yes to? Not only from a mental level, but really connecting full awareness to our hearts. And yes, I'm saying no to this because I'm saying yes to this other thing. So we can surround ourselves with positivity and embracing what is it that we truly want. Another thing is that sometimes we don't need to answer people right away either. If somebody asks us for a favor or if we're dwelling between some shifts that we want to do, sometimes we don't have to do them here right now, decide. Take a step back. Have that moment, that breather. And I know that sometimes it's hard. We live in such a fast-paced society. People write us a text and we think we have to answer in 5 minutes, but that's not true. Take your time. Take your time to align and ask yourself, what is it that I truly want? Clarity comes from self-connection. And the more time you spend with yourself, the more you get to know your yeses and your nos. And it's also a great way for people who are confused and don't know what they truly want to pay attention to what they want to say no to. Because sometimes I might not have total clarity about what I want. But if I start narrowing down what I don't want, what is it that is a no? I can see the opposite. Because if I don't want to eat this, then what is it that I want? What's the opposite? Of course, there are many possibilities, but exclusion, it's a great way of working when we have nothing to begin with. So there's great power in those. They can lead us to know more of ourselves. See what is it that we have to work on. Being honest with ourselves. Because to be honest with other people, to be able to say no to other people, we need to first and foremost be able to be honest with ourselves. And that's self-awareness, which is super important in self-connection. Can we just look at ourselves and say, oh, I don't really want to do this. And I know that it's sometimes a bit harder because we don't want to expose ourselves. There's all these layers of protection we have been building as we grow up. We grow up in a society that has a concept of what is it to be nice, to reward people who say yes. But the result of that is that, in a way, we stagnate because we need to be that nice person. We don't get to be ourselves. We follow the status quo. We don't jump in the dreams that we have. it really weights us down to not be fully honest in ourselves. So a way to go around this is just to admit, to acknowledge to ourselves our truth, to create self-awareness, to become our best friends. And from that space, to show ourselves to others in authenticity. We all want to spend time with our loved ones. We all want to be there. But there's a difference about being there from the right place, from a place of love and joy, and not from a place of telling ourselves that we have to do. We must do that. That is very forced, very just the mind pushing us. And that's the beauty again of connecting to that yes. What is the yes that you're telling when you're saying also a no? Because that's a lot of heart in that yes that you can connect to. So working with yeses and nos at the same time, what's this dance? It's a beautiful way to get to know yourself better and to show yourself to those around you in full honesty, compassion, and love. Because that's the other thing. If you want to be able to say no, you have to be able to hear no from others. It's not only you that has the possibility of saying no. I'm saying no to you because I'm saying yes to this other thing. Other people can do the same to you. And it's part of allowing others to do that, that will allow you to do, for you to do that yourself. When somebody tells you no to something that you really want, can you respect them and acknowledge them and say, thank you for taking care of yourself? Because that's what they are doing. They're not forcing themselves to do something that they want to do. So